Hello everyone. Today I'm sharing with you, should you provide reference images for graphic design outsourcing? How many are appropriate? This is a seemingly small but particularly problematic issue in outsourcing collaborations, because the reality is often, not providing references risks the client going astray. Providing too many references leads to a messier result. The final image, neither what you envisioned nor what was actually the reference. So you might start to wonder, should reference images be provided at all? How many should be provided to avoid backfiring? Here's a conclusion. Reference images are not for copying, but for aligning with judgment standards. First, let's answer the most direct question. Should you provide reference images? The answer is yes, but few but accurate. Without references, the outsourcer can only guess based on experience. With too many references, the outsourcer can only interpret everything equally. Both of these approaches increase the probability of rework. 2. Why is it easier to go astray by not providing reference images? Many people think, I've already made it clear, no reference images needed. But the reality is, a bit more sophisticated, simple, yet with a sense of design, brand-oriented. These words look completely different in different people's minds. The purpose of reference images is not to tell the other party to copy, but to tell them which directions are correct and which are wrong. 3. So why will providing too many reference images also inevitably lead to problems? Because once the number of references exceeds a certain point, 3 things will happen. First, the judgment standard is diluted. 5 references with 5 different styles mean the outsourcing company can only produce a compromise. The result is a little bit of everything, but nothing is correct. Second, you yourself can't say which one you like. You provided 8 images saying they're all about the same. But for designers, almost is not feasible. Third, references become material stacking. Outsourcing subconsciously thinks, do we need to use every single one? So the page starts, becoming increasingly cluttered and messy. Fourth, what is the most suitable number of references? The answer is clear. 1 to 3 images is the safest range. 1 image provides a clear direction. 2 images provides boundaries and contrast. 3 images provides stable judgment. More than 3 images, the risk increases significantly. Fifth, more important than how many images to provide is how to provide them. Many reworks are not due to the reference images themselves, but because of the problem with how you provide them. High-risk method, extremely prone to failure. Try this as a reference. They're all good, you decide. This is equivalent to completely handing over the judgment to the other party. Correct method must include a judgment explanation. Each reference image should correspond to 1 sentence. What do you like about it? What do you dislike about it? What aspects should be avoided? For example, image A. I like the clear structure, but I don't like the colors. Image B. I like a restrained feel. Avoid complex decorations. Image C. Font proportion reference. The overall look shouldn't be so full. 1 sentence is worth more than 10 images. 6. 3. Correct uses of reference. Images. You can explicitly use reference images in one of these 3 scenarios. Defining style boundaries, most commonly used. Tell the outsourcing team, this is what we want to approach. This is what we want to avoid. 2. Calibrating aesthetic direction. Especially in the first collaboration, reference images can quickly reduce misunderstandings of high-end, fancy, simple, full. 3. Preventing rework. When disputes arise later, reference images are the earliest basis for judgment, not emotional arguments. 7. When should reference images be avoided? There are several situations where reference images can actually hinder progress. For example, You yourself haven't figured out the direction. The product and the reference are very different. You want structural logic, not visual style. In these cases, instead of providing a bunch of images, it's better to first clearly state core selling points, usage scenarios, user concerns. A word of truth for those who frequently revise: reference images are not insurance. They cannot solve the problem of unclear requirements. When you rely on reference images to express your judgment, rework will inevitably occur. In short, should you provide reference images to outsource graphic design? Yes. How many are appropriate? 1 to 3. But the prerequisites are: each image has a clear explanation and involves judgment and selection. When reference images become alignment standards tools, rather than stacks of inspiration, outsourcing collaborations will truly begin to become smoother, more stable, and without rework.